It is a black kind of trash bag material. But wait. What is this? It is something from Resiners. All right, let us see what we have. I mean, I know what we have. And Resiners was so nice to send this to me. So thank you so much, Resiners. Okay, I'm gonna put this off for a second. I don't have lots of room in here, that's why I'm gonna hitting the camera around, which it's still doing, but this is the G3 curing machine. My heating mat died. I tried to buy another. I bought one of the food heating mats, and I did not like how it was working. So I asked my Resiners rep if I could try one out. And she so kindly placed the order for it. All right, here comes the lid. Let me get this out and we'll be right back. Whoa. All right, guys, so the G3, here we go. All right, so you can't just do that and it comes on. To hold it down, see? And now it's set for regular epoxy curing. You can see here it turn on, and you can adjust the time with these buttons. I'm gonna turn that off there. You can also adjust your temperature right there, up, down, turn that back off, turn that off, hold it down, turn it off. And you can see that that little light was flashing. That's because I have it set to the flat. If we look in here, you can see it is in the tray, and the tray goes down. That's because when I put my larger pieces, like my Christmas trees in there, this is what I want it set on. You can see up here at the top right there, that's the actual curing part of the machine here. And you can see it is covered in these little light strips, and these are what cure your UV resin. So this machine cures both regular epoxy resin and UV resin pieces. So when we come back up here, you can flip the tray over, tapping down here. And so it's higher, which sets it at tall. And so it's shorter distance between the curing piece and the top of the tray. And then you can also set it at UV resin. So when you do that, you're going to hit power. Now you can see it's on tall. Now it's on UV for 30 seconds. Back to flat. And so that's how this little handy dandy guy works. And as I was saying, when you're just going to flip it over, there's a lot of room here. Hear things. This insert does come out. So flip it over. Put my little insert back up here. And now put your pieces on there. And now you are set to cure your UV pieces, or just small thin pieces. All right, let's go watch some making of stuff.
Hey everyone, sorry for the background noise. That is the air purifier I have just poured. I haven't mixed it yet. Craft resin, 3 ounces A to 3 ounces 6. I'm getting ready to put this over into my mixers, and yeah, but you can see it's already was set off. It's coming down now. And we are at 62 degrees in here, so it's a little chilly. I do have my window open too, which would make it chillier. But yeah, we're gonna get this mixed up and we'll be right back.
All right, kids, I have my cross box. I have a snowflake box. At least that's what it looks like to me. I have some weird little tapped mold things. We'll put these ones off to the side. Just in case we have extra, then we'll use it. So we are gonna do these guys.
Move them off to the side here. I've got my 3 cups of resin. I've ran it through for 14 minutes because it does it at 9 and at 5 minutes. And let's give it a little burst with the heat gun to pop any more of those bubbles at the top. Now for the snowflake box, I'm going to use this fluffy, beautiful sparkle from the PNW Glitter Co. And I'm going to mix a little of this guy in there. That's got a purple to green, blue-green shift in it. I thought that might look pretty together, a little wintry. So I'm going to pour some of this back in here. And hope that this will be enough for both items. If not, then we're only going to do one. So we'll just get the other one off here for now. We shall open up a fluffy. It's so fluffy! I'm just going to pour a bunch in there. And I may also add just a little hint. I think this is called Moon Dust from PNW. It came in her Galaxy box. And it's like an interference powder. It has a shift to it. And we'll give it a nice scoop of that. And we'll give it some more of these. Or some of these, I haven't put any in yet. Not too many. And what else do we want to do? A drop of Elmer's glue. Help suspend some of these. Now that's probably about 6 ounces. It's supposed to be a drop per ounce. I am not doing a drop per ounce. Go. I'll probably do 3 drops. Sorry for taking you guys for a ride there as I keep hitting it. It being the camera. I think those 3 drops might have been a bit much. I do want to put in a drop of just white pigment paste. Because I want it not so transparent. There we go. And I think I'm going to do a hint of Psych Gold in there. From Laura's Art Corner. All the people are out today doing all the things in their yards, cleaning up and everything, so that's the sound you hear out there. Power tools and whatnot. Alright, here we go. It's still not very white. I don't want to totally white it out. You can't see anything, but some more of that moon dust. As you can see, it's very thick because of that glue that I added in there, but that is what helps suspend all that glitter, so it doesn't just go falling to the top of the piece. Alright, where did my napkin go?
So let us spray alcohol. Get all of this squished around in there. All right, here we go. Get some on the here. This is a new mold. I've never used it, so I don't know how much it takes. You're gonna have enough, so that's good. Now, before I continue topping this off, let me get a little tool. There we go. We're gonna get this silicone tool, and I'm gonna go around into these little edges and help make sure the resin gets in there and encourage any bubbles to get out, because I can see right here, it's a big void. That's a big air bubble. So we're trying to get, there he comes. We wanted to get that guy out of there. There's still a little one in there. There we go. There's another big one right here. Let's get that bubble out. Get that air out of there. We got another big void right here. Get that out. Pull that out of there. And it's harder when you've added the glue to your piece because it is now so thick. That should be good. All right, now we're going to come over here. Got these little weird edges. I want to get down there. I think the better way to do this, let us pick it up and we're just going to try to push it so that there's any air bubbles, we're going to try to push them out. Get him out, way up. I'm trying to do this first before I get any more resin in here because it could become too full. And I'm just trying to take a look along the sides, and I think I don't see any voids, I don't think. If so, well, we'll have to fix that later. And a little mess over here. And now let's finish topping it off. It's gonna go slowly because it's thick. It takes a minute to spread out. All right. Had enough there. We'll just top this puppy up a little bit more. There we go. She's good. All right. We have our next one to go. Now, what I do want to get is the edges of that. And that was going to be with my tool that I just set off to the side. And get that over, try to get some of that over still off of there now, so I don't have to worry about it later. But you can see that's super thin, that mold, so it's hard to get it without just pressing it back down into the resin. All right, we'll leave that there, a little bubble there. We're gonna blast it with our heat gun. Hopefully not displace it too much. Just help any of those little bubbles that may be on the surface.
Help get those popped that way. There's one right there. There we go. We got them. I'm still going to add just a hint more over into our lid here. Okay, I think we'll stop there. See a bubble right there? We're going to give it a spray with some more alcohol. That did not get that one. There we go. Alright. Moving on, our cross box. I actually want to do this in green. Give this a little spray. Give that a good spray. Like that. Not sure if I'm going to have enough, but we will see. If not, we may end up mixing our green with the white. I may have to do that, but we will see. Alright. One last scrape of this guy here. Set that off to the side. Now I know I did put some bubbles in there. We'll take our heat gun again. Give it a good blow down there. They're a little deeper, so I can't get to them with that. Now, the greens I was going to go with are agate, tourmaline, and a chunky Eloise. I just feel like mixing them all together and seeing what we get. Ooh, that was pouring a bit much of that tourmaline in there. And this is the agate. Just a little. You can see the difference in color. This is darker. That's probably if I turn a light on. And now we are going with our Eloise. As you see, these are all from PNW Glitter Co. I love her glitter and her blends that she makes. If you want to check her out, I do have a coupon code, 2FatBirds, 10% sign, and that will save you a little bit on your order. I'll just give it 2 little drops here of the glue. And I'm going to add some Let's Resin Emerald Green alcohol ink. So that was 6 drops. Now let's see where that gets us all. Isn't that pretty looking in there? So pretty. What a gorgeous blend. This looks like I'm looking in like an emerald. But I think, I don't know. I think I'm gonna put some more alcohol ink in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, into the lid we go. Gonna let that sit for a minute, and we'll move over here to the box. Oh, yes, perfect. Except I didn't get to go after my edges with that one, or I filled it up too much. But I do tend to go after these guys. So again, I need to get my silicone tool, Now we are going to try to encourage those bubbles, because this one loves bubbles in the corners. It absolutely loves bubbles in the corners. I mean, you can see how they're getting in there. So this one's going to be a little bit of work. My dog hears another dog barking outside and people outside, so he wants to go outside. So, but can you see all the bubbles around the sides here? We want to get those out. I don't like them. Get out of there. Come on, get up. I think the hard part is I'm gonna have to fill it all the way up first. To make sure we get all the bubbles out. So she'll get a little bit more in here. All right, coming down, take a look at my edges. I don't think I see, I see some tiny ones, but I don't think I see the big craters that I got the last time using this. All right, I think we're in the clear. I think cross our fingers, say a little prayer. I think we're in the clear. Do one drop here. Just to make sure we're topped off. And then I'll find something extra to put the remaining resin in, probably like those little caps I showed you earlier. Grab our heat gun. Gonna hope I have no bubbles under these flappies. And one last spray. Everybody there. I have this tree, I just sprayed some, what you call it in there, alcohol. And so we're just gonna see how far we can get with filling this guy up. And we're just gonna alternate. And before I top it all the way off, it's time to squish all around. I highly predict, because I have never used this one before, that we will have bubbles everywhere. Just the nature of how it's bulbous in these areas, and I've never used it before. And our
Oh, see, more bubbles coming. Get our last little bit of green out. And we do still have a last bit of the white. Heat gun again. Definitely have the bubbles that are coming up. There's another one right there. There we go. Now we will come back. I'm going to do another little spray of alcohol around here. And we will come back. Just pour. Now, we are going to cure up in the G3. Get a little squig more of alcohol there. Darn bubble coming up again. I'm fine if they come up and don't stay deep inside, so. Alrighty. G3 top time. Alright, our G3, our lid is on. So, then press the power button. And it's set at tall, which I don't want. I don't want UV. Press that again. We want the flat side. And it is set for 2 hours. Now it's kicked on. And away we go. We'll be back in 2 hours. Hey friends, we are back. This literally just turned off. It switched over to cool after 2 hours, and that cool setting lasted about 20 minutes. So let us lift and see what we have. I'm afraid to touch it. Oh. They feel cured. A little bendy. Especially this guy here, but the thicker ones definitely cured. Little bendy, but I am impressed. So let us demold. Now I could not put the tree in here, so that is definitely not cured. So we are starting with our cross trinket box. What do you like the colors? What do you think? You can see it's still bendy here. I think I probably would change this to 3 hours to get a nice, really firm set cure. But there is our trinket box. Don't see any real bubbles. I think I felt a tiny micro bubble right there. And now our lid. So I am really loving this G3. And I know I just had a comment from somebody on the last time I did this mold because of the big air bubbles I had in it, which I did still get bubble there. Still some bubbles, not like the other ones where it was like whole chunks of corners. So definitely a step up. And she asked if I had a way of. Why is there scratches all on the lid? I'm gonna have to give that a top coat. There are scratches on the inside of this. That is really weird. I'm gonna have to get a new one because I don't need the scratches. and want to have to do a top coat every time either, but much better this time. She asked me if I had fixed it, and I was like, I didn't fix anything. I couldn't remember what she was talking about, honestly, but then I remembered. And I had fixed them with UV resin. So we'll probably do a little tiny, try to do a really thin coat on this side, and a thin coat on this side. But there we are. So that fits together. She'll still need to do a little bit more drying. And let us get our snowflake box. Little stickiness right there. I'm not sure what, I think that might have been unmixed pigment. Oh, me likey. Wow. Yeah, I definitely like that. All right, put her down. Is that a bubble? There is a bubble right there, but it's on the inside, and there, and there, and there. So yes, I did get bubbles. I will fix those with UV resin. That'll be pretty easy to fix. All right. Now we have this one. Not quite sure how to go at this. There we go. Bubble. Resin does what resin wants to do. When you make it thicker, you risk getting even more bubbles. That's for sure. And adding that glue makes it thicker, but suspends the glitter better. So like, while glitter did fall, it didn't all fall. There's still glitter stuck here on the back, so. So just some things for you guys to be aware of. Learn from my miscalculations, misfortunes, or mistakes, whatever you wish to call them. So you can see it did fall, but it was still suspended in the piece. It didn't all fall to the bottom. Always flip your molds back so they don't get distorted. All right. There we go. So there are just a couple sharp points, but not bubbles. I really like how this turned out. And our lid. And there we go. I think she is super cute. We're gonna leave these here to sit and cure up some more. Just trying to get that piece out of there. Cute little nugget. And our kitty. Which I should have put eyes in, but I didn't. So there that is. And we'll probably color in the eyes. Maybe color in some pink in the ears and the nose. So yeah, and then we'll turn this into a keychain. So first testing with epoxy resin on this. Total thumbs up for me. I really, really love this machine on this first go around. And here are just a couple more pieces I just made with some of the leftover resin. This little turtle mold, I believe she came from Resin Queen shop. And then we will also unmold, or I will unmold that tree that we put the white and green leftover resins in together. In this tree, it's originally candle mold, but I found if I can just push down from the top, it easily pops out as I roll the rest of the mold upwards. Holy crow. That turned out awesome. Oh my gosh. I might have missed part of a limb there. Maybe not there. I think that's it. Oh my god, I am super stoked about this, and this was just a last minute thing. Alright, hope you guys liked this. Leave me a comment, let me know if you liked what I made or not, or well, I guess if you didn't like it, you can tell me, just be nice about it. If you did like it, give me a thumbs up to like the video. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. That helps out my channel a lot, and I am so appreciative of you all. If you haven't subscribed, think about it. It is free. Helps my channel out, and it kind of tells YouTube that, hey, people like my channel, and pushes it out, pushes my videos out to reach other people. And hopefully soon here, I'm about to break 900. So just gotta keep it going. And what else? Discount codes down below in the bottom. If you want to subscribe, that's going to be up here in one of these corners. My subscribe QR code. You can just point your camera phone at it and click to subscribe, or smash that subscribe button down below to get subscribed. There'll also be a QR code popping up. Sorry, got something sticking on my hand. Popping up to support my channel if you so wish, if you're so inclined. It is a buy me a coffee link if you'd like to help support my channel. All that does is help provide me with funding, and all of that is used to purchase more resin, colorants, glitters, all that kind of fun stuff right back into this channel. I'm trying to wipe some of that off right there. But yeah, so thank you all. Thanks everyone. I appreciate you greatly. And everybody, stay tuned for the final beauty shots. Bye.